everybody. Welcome to my channel, Be Free Now with Maria. So today I'm going to start out with my bag of words to see, to see what I'm inspired to share. All right, let's see. Ooh, uncertainty. All right, uncertainty. You know what? Let's start with that because life is very uncertain, right? And this uncertainty, right, about life can feel actually can be anxious provoking, right? It can provoke anxiety for us because when we don't know, we feel uneasy, we feel uncomfortable, and the default is to feel anxious in general. And we get so caught up, right, in this desire of wanting to know that we forget we have answers within ourselves. In other words, we want quick solutions, quick answers, and we try to bypass slowing down, feeling our way through a situation and learning from it, right? Like pausing to even notice how we're feeling and processing that. And when I say processing it, it's just noticing it, observing it, and then if there's something that it's coming to mind in relation to it, right, then we notice that too. We don't really have to do much with it, or we can do something else with it. In other words, we can take the time to understand it better from a psychological perspective, or not. It is up to us, but we can definitely go within, right, notice it and get some answers if that's what we're looking for, or allow it to pass by. There's no right or wrong. It's ultimately what we're comfortable with and what we want and need at that particular time, so that we use any of those things to help us through the uncertain times and to grow through them, as opposed to getting overwhelmed by them or getting stuck by them. So that's what's coming to mind with uncertainty. But I did shuffle my deck, the Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, and I'm going to take the card on top and see if it's related or how I can connect it to uncertainty or not. Let's see. All right, so the card on top, it says, see other people as they are. So that's interesting. Okay, when you see other people as they are without taking it personally, you can never be hurt by what they say or do. Even if others lie to you, it's okay. They are lying to you because they are afraid you will discover that they are not perfect. Love that. In general, yes, right? Nobody wants to be seen as not perfect in some way, right? In other words, we want to be seen as good, as great or amazing, wonderful, and so forth, right? And even the idea of somebody not seeing us in, through those lenses can sometimes feel, right, really uncomfortable. And obviously I'm speaking generally, right? For some people, it's okay. They don't really care. And some people do care how they are perceived and how they are seen. And the whole idea of when you see other people as they are without taking it personally is important, because we tend to take everything personally because we project and we have this belief system and perspective about ourselves, and we think that other people have that of us. It's not necessarily true, but it's true to us, and it feels really real because that's what we believe. So that's really all we have to go with at that time, or at least we think that's what it is. And the other piece, right, when I think about uncertainty, the not knowing what they can possibly thinking about us could also set off, right, some uncomfortable feelings within us or some anxiety. So we like to take clues from how they behave towards us and use that as indicators so that of how they feel about us, so that we can feel more certain about how they perceive us. But the reality is, right, that the indicators that we see are also tainted with what we believe about ourselves. They're not independent. In other words, somebody can and make a certain facial expression, and we're going to take it the way we see the world, the way we think about ourselves. They're probably making that facial expression because they have like three thoughts at once in their head, or they're thinking about something else that's making them, uncomfortable or nervous or something else. And we're personalizing it. And when we do that, right, we think we're, on the right track and that we know the truth, but we really are just projecting and feeling really uncomfortable with the uncertainty of what they possibly may be thinking about us when we don't feel that we are sure of what they're thinking about us. And all of this, right, again, provoking these uncomfortable feelings within us. And like I said, there's anxiety. So when we notice that, when we pause to even acknowledge that I'm feeling uncomfortable, or I'm believing they believe this about me, and this makes me feel irritable, angry, uncomfortable, anxious, worried, or it brings out, this side of me. When we start to notice that, we also learn and grow. And we give ourselves the opportunity to start being able to see, right, or to question, right, is this really 100% true or not? And when we contemplate that question, right, we might be able to see that, no, it's not 100% true. It's what I believe about myself, and I think they believe that about me, right? So that gives me something to work with, right? We can take that information and use it as a gateway, right, to as something to address and something to explore and to learn from and to process if that's something that we feel called to do. Or, like I said, we can just notice it. We have a choice, but we want to be aware that we are creating a dynamic and that we are in a mental dynamic about what's happening around us and the experiences that we're having, and that when we're personalizing or feeling uncertain about something, we are not really connecting with our best self. In other words, we're connecting with our shadow side. We're not connecting with our light side. In other words, we are activated by our shadow side, right? We're being triggered and not connected, right, with our soul in that particular moment. And we're not connected with the light within us. We're creating this separation that leaves us feeling afraid, empty, anxious, and many other emotions. So when we pause, right, we also want to take time to remember our soul and to acknowledge, right, the love and light that lives and breathes within us, so that we're not just getting caught up with the negative beliefs that we have about ourselves, or the old programming about who we are, and start re-identifying ourselves so that we can break the barriers and break out of this pattern that is keeping us on a hamster wheel and isn't even 100% truth. So yeah, we want to break out of that, because when we do, we feel more connected and more alive inside, because we're feeling more joy, because we're seeing, right, that we are doing something that isn't 100% true, and we want to realign ourselves with what is true and remind ourselves of what is true. And that is that we are beautiful souls, living this experience, and there's more to us than what we are believing, right, on a surface level or on a 5 sense level. And we want to tap into that. We want to acknowledge that. We want to bring that into our conscious awareness and use that to support us along on this journey, because it just creates a lighter heart. That's why. So I'm going to end with that, and I hope that this video has helped you in some way. If it did, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so that you can be notified when further videos are uploaded. And it also helps the algorithm with getting these videos, some more movement so out there in the cyber world. So I do appreciate all of the likes and the shares and so forth. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a beautiful day. Oh, and if you want to find out more about things that I'm offering, you can check out my website, and all the description is down below. All right, thank you and have a beautiful day. Bye for now.